Okay, let's continue on relationship. All right, so you know that relationships are association between entities. Okay, so there are three types of relationship. Okay, the first one is unary. Okay, unary means you have only one entity. All right, so this can happen when, for example, if you have employee. Okay, employee as your entity, for example. Okay, so employee can be a normal staff, or employee can also be a head or leader. So in this case, you can have a unary relationship. Okay, of course you have the relationship name and goes back to the entity back. So, and the name of the relationship, it can be manage, or it can be supervise, or it can be lead. Okay, so employee manage employee, right? Because if you say a leader, okay, or if you say head, head is also employee. Okay, you do not need to create another new entity on head. You can just use this one because head is also employee. Okay, the second type of relationship, they call that the this is the unary relationship. Sorry, this is the example of unary relationship. Person married to a person. Okay, employee manage employee, or staff supervise staff. Okay, so this is example of unary. Okay, so ternary relationship means that you have three entities. Alright, so this is just a normal entity. Alright, okay, so you have when you say about a relationship, you have to know the ratio of the relationship, or we call that as cardinality ratios. So we have one-to-one relationship, we have one-to-many relationship, we have many-to-many. Okay, so one-to-one, it means that, okay, sorry, one-to-one, okay, how do you put that? One, let's say this is lecturer. Okay, let's say this is student. Assuming we are forcing a one-to-one session, lecturer and student. So you can see that one lecturer teach one student. So in this case, it is a one-to-one. One-to-one relationship. Okay, remember the format is 1.1. It has to be dot. It cannot be dot, it cannot be comma. If you put it comma, dot, whatsoever, you will get it wrong. Okay, so this is a one-to-one. In this relationship, it says that one lecturer can teach one student only, right? So let's say we have a one-to-many relationship. Okay, one-to-many is written like this. So let's say we have lecturer, and in our case, one lecturer teach many student, right? So one lecturer teach many student. Okay, this is a one-to-many relationship. All right, so another the third cardinality, or the third relationship types is many to many. Okay, so we can also take the same entity, teach student. Okay, there are also cases where many to many. Many lecturer can teach many students. For example, I teach all of you, and then you also being taught by Miss Rose Laili, which is another lecturer. So that is the example of many to many. Right? Okay. Right? So this is the example of cardinality. So this is the fourth element of ERD, cardinality. Fourth element, fourth element, cardinality. Okay, fourth element. So in this example, employee has a one-to-one relationship with parking spot. It means that one employee is given only one parking spot. Okay, or one product line means one item contains many product. Okay, or many student enroll in many course. Right? Alright, so in drawing ERD, there are two ways of drawing ERD. Okay, two ways, right? Two methods, right? The first one is chain notation. The second one is crossfoot notation. Okay, so let's look at chain first. Okay, you can choose any approach. It's just that you have to know how to display them. Okay, if chain entity is still the same, box. Okay, box, and you have diamond in between. Okay, and the cardinality is written like this, number. Okay, or one to many, right? So but in crossfoot, the same entity shape is the same. Okay, you still have diamond. Okay, one to many, this is written as one, this is written as many. Okay, so let's see how. If you have one, this is one. Okay, if you have many, this is many. Okay, so if let's say one to one, one to one, this is one to one, one to one. Okay, if many to many, how? Many to many, many to many. Okay, you have to remember, if many, it is like these 3 foot, that's why it's named crossfoot. I term it as that. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is the whole diagram of your ERD. Okay, it have to have entity, it has to have attributes, it have to have the cardinalities. Okay. Okay, this is the example of the cardinality. Let's read it. Okay, customer and sales. So one customer can buy sometimes several times. So it means that this is many. Right? So this is one, many. Okay. Customer to product. One customer can buy multiple products. So one to many. Customers and shops. One customer can purchase many shops. One to many. Shops and products. One shop, there are multiple products. One to many. Okay. Sales and shop. One sale can only be made in one shop at one time. So one to one. Right? So that is how. Okay, how are we going to how are we going to put the relationship? Okay, let's look at this example, customer and sales. So let's say you have customer. Sometimes you cannot determine how to put the relationship. Sales. Okay, this is how you read it. Okay, you read it from left to right first, and then you read from right to left. You have always to start from one whenever you want to start. Okay, let's look at this one. One customer. Okay, one customer can let's look at this one. One customer can buy. Okay, one customer can make many sales. Correct? Okay, but this is the left to right. Now read it from right to left. One sales. Okay, you have to follow this because this area is sales, this left side is customer. One sales can be made by, one sales always made by one customer at one time. One sales can be made by one customer, but you have to add on at one time. At one time, of course, you can only buy one thing, right? So when you have the left side, right side already, look at this cardinality that you have got. Okay, right, left side. Find the maximum number. So 1 and 1 maximum is 1. So at the customer side is 1. 1 and many, the maximum is many, right? So put many at sales. So you got this cardinality, 1 to many. Okay, so please remember this step. Not every lecturer, not everybody teach you this, how to read this one. But if you experience database, you will then later no need to do this one. You can straight away do when you can determine that. Okay. Alright. So okay. when you have a many-to-many relationship, this is between student and lecturer. Let's say student, this is another rule that you have to follow. This is related with many-to-many relationship. Okay, student taught by lecturer. Okay, let's say it is a many-to-many. Okay, when we have a many-to-many, as much as possible, we do not want to have a many-to-many relationship. Okay, but not that doesn't mean that you cannot have a many-to-many. It's just that you have to alter a bit on this relationship when you have a many-to-many relationship. Why? Because if you have this many-to-many, when you want to do queries later on, you will prompt with a redundant of data. So let's say you have this diagram many-to-many. What you have to alter is, okay, entity stays the same. Okay, alright, you still have the relationship between them. You have the lecturer. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to create a junction table in between student and lecturer. This is what we call junction table. Okay, so you can name appropriately, taught by, or you can change the name, because you remember when this is the shape, it means this is entity. When we say this is entity, it means that this is a table, correct? So it means that this is a table already. So usually people name it a combination of student lecturer. Okay, so name this student underscore lecturer, or you can just give any name. Make sure it's a meaningful name lah. Okay, and okay, let's look at the cardinality. Initially M to M, right? So bring this M to the junction table, so you put it here. Bring this M to the junction table, so you put it here. So what are you going to put at student and lecturer? 1, 1. So now you have, instead of 2 entities, now you have 3 tables, right, including the junction table, and you do not have a many-to-many really. It is already one-to-many, one-to-many. So the end product of your ERD, it should be this one. Okay, this is to avoid junction table, removing M to M relationship. Okay, many-to-many relationship are difficult to represent. We can split many-to-many relationship into 2 one-to-many relationship. 2 one-to-many relationship, and this is how it goes. Yeah. So initially we have many-to-many. Okay, many students studies many module. Then we will alter it a bit in such a way that student has enrollment in module. So the M now it becomes there. This one is actually 1. Okay. Alright, so this is Krauss foot notation, the same thing. Right, this is Krauss foot notation. One and only one or many, or yeah. So this is actually maximum, minimum 1, maximum many, minimum 0, maximum many, minimum 0, maximum 1. Okay, right. Okay, this is the whole diagram that we have gone through. You can look at it. Okay, all right. Okay, let's look at example.